This is the continuation of memory locations and addresses, whereas the last topic is of memory operations. Memory operation is nothing but what are the actions which we are performed in the memory locations are referred to as memory operations. Basically, in the memory unit, there are two main functions. That is nothing but load and store are the two main operations. Load is nothing but it is read or fetch. That is nothing but if we say uh, what are the values which we are giving as input to the system will be first stored in the memory location, and whenever the processor is needed, these data will be taken read or fetched from the memory location to the temporary registers or to the cache memory, and after that those values will be processed by the ALU, and the output will be stored back to the temporary registers, and from temporary registers the actual memory location will be uh, written with the output result value. These are the steps which I are following for execution of and simple operation. If we wanted to say just an addition of two values is performed in this, first we will be getting the what to say input of two values. For example, c is equal to a plus b is the operation that we want to perform. We have to get the input of value of a and b, and it will be stored on the respective memory locations. While we are performing this addition operation, the values of a and b will be taken from the memory location. That is the reading process from memory location. It is known as load. Okay, from memory it will be loaded into the processor. It is also known as fetching operation. That is nothing but reading and fetching is the same operation. And after processing, let us say the ALU has completed the addition operation and it has been saved to a temporary location. From that temporary location, the value has to be written back to the location of C, right? Because that is the action that has to be performed. So the value which we are added and kept as a result should be written back to the memory location of C. That is the write operation or store operation. It is nothing but the value which is returned back from processor to memory address. Okay, this is store operation, and fetching of data from memory address to processor is load or read or fetch. Okay, this is the definition. To execute an instruction, the processor must contain a word of instruction which needs to be transferred from memory to a processor. This is for executing the instructions, and the operands and results are necessary to be moved between the memory and the processor units. Thus, these operations of moving is categorized into two, that is memory load and store, as I have mentioned earlier. This is the definition for load operation. The load operation is nothing but transferring the copy of content of memory location to the processor is load. As I have said earlier, load is nothing but memory address to processor is load operation, and the memory location values will be unchanged because only a copy is transferred to the processor. And the load operation involves two steps. That is, the processor sends the address which we are needed to the memory address as a request of read. After that, whenever the data is available, then the memory reads the data and stores the memory reads the data from that address and sends that to the processor. These are the two steps involved in load operation. And as I have said earlier, store operation is nothing but it is transferring of data from processor to memory address. The store on operation transfers an item of information from the processor to the specific memory location, that is the destination location, by destroying the former contents of that location. In previous load operation, the contents of the memory location will be unchanged, whereas in the store operation, the contents will be rewritten. Okay, because we are updating the new result value into that respective destination location memory address, so the values will be changed. And the steps involved are: the processor sends the address of the desired location to the memory, and then the data are written into the location. These are the two operations which are performed in the memory location, whereas load and store, based on the requirement, this load and store will be performed in the memory addresses.